Motivating and coaching your people is the essential element that allows you, it's the ingredient that allows you to grow. Because there's nothing worse than having people working for you and you're not quite sure if they understand your purpose. You're not quite sure if they're going to work in the way that they've been initially taught, because often people, when they're onboarded, they get a very brief introduction to your organization. What is needed is an ongoing process, which is like a coaching process that occurs through the system, and then from your sales management, understanding where people may not be following the normal process, which will make them more successful. So we believe that making our salespeople more successful is absolutely a win-win circumstance. It means less time spent managing, more time spent celebrating sales that you've made. Improving personal efficiency comes down to a number of factors. So we see that a CRM, for example, is just a list of data unless people are motivated to use that data in an effective way. That motivation occurs through a number of elements, and the first one would be, I want to make sure I keep my promises. So it is efficient to keep your promises. So having a task reminder system that makes sure you keep your promises, that you deliver on time, that you do what you say you're going to do, makes you much more efficient as a salesperson. Secondly, there are elements like having information that you can find very, very quickly. So there's no waiting around, searching in files, searching through dusty paper. Everything that you need in order to make a decision in the sales process is available to you online at all times, on all devices from anywhere in the world. You can't beat that. That's the most efficient way to work. The last point I'll make about that is that processing email can be very onerous, and I've seen studies that say up to 45–50% of a person's day is spent just in processing email and turning it around. So making that a very efficient, integrated process as part of the CRM world is a great efficiency increase. Collaboration is essential these days. Often we're working in remote teams. We're collaborating with people from around the world. Several of our consultants are in other locations. So we have to be able to work efficiently with them. And collaboration means having a shared experience, having shared access to data, having a team approach, and the team approach to be very flexible, so that the grouping can occur and reoccur depending on what projects you're working on. But everybody within the project should have access to all the information they need in a very straightforward fashion as part of their normal process. That's collaboration. In the end, there's only one customer. So the fact that you have multiple departments that has to deal with that customer is irrelevant to the customer. So if you want customer intimacy, that customer has to feel that your entire organization knows them, understands their previous history, understands what their current requirements involve. Because there's nothing worse than being shunted around to different departments within an organization and each of them ask you to repeat your story. That's what I'm talking about. When a new salesperson is hired, they are able to refer to all of the previous conversations in email, all of the previous sales notes, look at all of the sales situations that have occurred in the past, what the concerns were, all of the people who were involved in making the decision on the customer side. All of that information is available, and everybody within the customer organization is in some way classified for a communication stream. And that means that you talk to accountants about the accounting side of the world, and you talk to the engineers about the technical side of the world, so that you can customize your communication process to the appropriate people in the customer side to hopefully trigger a response from them. Because I really like it when my customers put their hand up and say, please sell me something. That's so much easier than calling them and begging them. We don't do that anymore, and we encourage our clients to have this same approach, which is proactive, that we create demand amongst our clients because we know our clients.